Ni hao, Man. Miss Derek is back again. We are going to be reading another nighttime story. And this one is Fish is Fish. I know we read this a couple weeks ago, right before spring break. But I'm going to read it again because I really like it. Alright, so the book tonight is Fish is Fish. Are you guys ready? Alright, let's do it. Fish is Fish. At the edge of the woods there was a pond, and there was a minnow and a tadpole swimming among the weeds. They were inseparable friends. One morning, the tadpole discovered that during the night he had grown 2 little legs. "Look!" he said triumphantly. "Look, look! I am a frog!" "Nonsense!" said the minnow. "How could you be a frog if only last night you were a little fish, just like me?" They argued and argued until finally the tadpole said, "Frogs are frogs and fish is fish, and that's that." In the weeks that followed, the tadpole grew tiny front legs, and his tail got smaller and smaller. Well, there's his legs right there. Oh no, look at the fish doesn't look too happy, does he? And then, one fine day, a real frog. Now, he climbed out of the water and onto the grassy bank. There he goes. The minnow, too, had grown and become a full-fledged fish. He often wondered where his four-footed friend had gone. But days and weeks went by, and the frog did not return. Oh, he's sad all by himself in that pond. Then, one day, with a happy splash that shook the weeds, the frog jumped into the pond. "Where have you been?" asked the fish excitedly. "I have been about the world, hopping here and there," said the frog, "and I have seen extraordinary things." "Like what? What did you see?" asked the fish. "Birds," said the frog mysteriously. "Birds?" And he told the fish about the birds, who had wings and 2 legs and many, many colors. As the frog talked, his friend saw the birds fly through his mind like large feathered fish. "What else? What else did you see?" asked the fish impatiently. "Cows," said the frog. "Cows! They have 4 legs, horns, and eat grass, and carry pink bags of milk." Oh my goodness, that cow looks like a fish, doesn't it? "And people," said the frog, "men, women, and children." And he talked and talked until it was dark in the pond. But the picture in the fish's mind was full of light and colors and marvelous things that he couldn't sleep. Ah, if he could only jump about like his friend and see what the wonderful world. Oh, look at that. There's the bird, the people, the cow. And so the days went by. The frog had gone, and the fish just lay there, dreaming about the birds in flight, grazing cows, and those strange animals all dressed up that his friends called people. One day, he finally decided that come what may, he too must see all these creatures. And so, with a mighty whack of his tail, he jumped clear out of the water onto the bank. There he is. He just jumped out. You think he's going to be able to see all those things? He landed in the dry, warm grass, and there he lay, gasping for air, unable to breathe or to move. "Help!" he groaned feebly. Uh-oh. There he is. He's stuck up there. Luckily, the frog, who had been hunting butterflies nearby, saw him, and with all his strength pushed him back into the pond. Still stunned, the fish floated about for an instant. Then he breathed deeply, letting the clean, cool water run through his gills. Now he felt weightless again, and with an ever so slight motion of the tail, he could move to and fro, and up and down like before. The sun rays reached down within the weeds and gently shifted patches of luminous color. This world was surely the most beautiful of the worlds. He smiled at his friend, the frog, who sat watching him from a lily. "You were right," he said. "Fish is fish." Oh, he just likes being in the water. The end. Thank you guys for reading another storytime book with Mr. Eric. We'll talk to you guys soon. 再见.